So what are you making us, Rhoda?
I'm reading about it right now. It's called a Bloody Carrie. So it's kind of a play on a Bloody Mary. So I'm going to add these ingredients to a shaker with ice. So I'm going to grab some ice. And I did just wash my hands, but I can also use a spoon. Look at that. Got a little ice on the floor. That's why in a bar you have bar mats on the floor. 5 ounces of tomato juice. Okay. And since we're making 2 of them, it'll be 10 ounces. And I think I know why this is called bloody, because it's going to be a bloody mess.
Well, good.
The whole book was messy, so and bloody. So.
Indeed. And then there's going to be 4 ounces of vodka.
So Rhoda, could you use another type of alcohol besides vodka?
Not in a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
The beauty of vodka is it's supposedly tasteless. It's supposedly odorless, but if you drink enough of it, then you start to emit it. It comes out of your pores. Okay, so 1 ounce of lime juice. That's a lot of lime juice, but that's okay. Lime juice is delicious. Okay, and then I have a teaspoon Worcestershire, quarter teaspoon wasabi paste, which I think this is kind of an interesting addition. I think it's kind of cool, actually. I think it's going to give it some zip.
Oh yeah.
So a little extra zip. 3 dashes of hot sauce, which in this case is Tabasco, and it'll be 6 dashes. Maybe. It was 6.
I know. It just
Stir this up. And now we're going to strain it into these glasses.
Rhoda, you did a lovely job with that.
I wouldn't even tasted it yet.
Yeah, but you kept it all contained. Need some celery.
Or a pickle. Okay, and there you have it. Woohoo! One for you. One for you to dump over Susan's head.
This month, we are hoping to prepare you for the Black Prom of 1979. First things first, you'll definitely want to check out the recipe for the October drink, which is a spicy take on a Bloody Mary. Your kit also includes a prom ticket, which doubles as a bookmark, a pin supporting Carrie White for prom queen, and another small surprise not pictured here. In honor of Carrie, this month's craft is a bleeding candle. We hope you enjoy it.
All right, that looks delicious.
Well, that's the perfect drink to celebrate Carrie White.
Poor Carrie.
Poor Carrie.
And you need a drink to get through this.
You know, rereading it, it was pretty well written.
Yeah.
Like, that's when Stephen King was good, when he, like, didn't, you know, it's a short book. It's not like a doorstop. I don't know. And the storytelling moves right along, and I liked the tricks he used to make you believe that telekinesis could be real. Yeah, I thought it was very well done.
Like the reports, and then like the little book excerpts, and
right, exactly.
the whole like Carrie White. Was that called Carrie White Committee? Or the White Committee?
The White Committee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done.
I enjoyed it. I've never read a Stephen King book before.
Wow.
I know. And I actually really liked it. Like a lot.
Excellent.
Yeah. I felt sad.
Well, yeah, but that means it was good.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, and dude, he very much captured the whole mean girl thing. Well, the whole bullying thing that we just seem to keep living over and over again.
Yeah.
I guess, going off the mean girl thing, I thought it was interesting the way that he sort of wrote about the different girls. like Chris and Sue and Carrie and even the teacher, whose name I'm not sure how to pronounce in English still.
Yeah, I don't know either.
On the audiobook that I listened to, she pronounced it Disjordan.
Disjordan.
I know, and it looks nothing like what
Ooh.
it's in the book.
Okay.
But it's read by Sissy Spacek. So she's the authority.
Well, yeah, she should know.
Yeah. Wow. But it was just interesting from their perspective. Like, all of the girls were sort of dissatisfied with their life. So I felt that it was just sort of this take on, you know, the women trying to find a way to control their lives or take control or find power in a way to varying degrees of success or no success at all.
Even her mom, if you think about it that way.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, because even like Chris, who isn't the most sympathetic character, I mean, you learn about her dad and how she has to fit into this image because he's some big fancy attorney, and she's, in part at least, trying to rebel against him. And then Sue, who I'm still not entirely sure about, but she was like supposed to be this good girl who, you know, marries and has the nuclear family. And
But she didn't really, she wasn't sure she wanted that.
right. Yeah, exactly. You mentioned that you didn't really
I don't trust her.
Yeah.
I don't trust
Yeah,
her.
your take on Sue.
I don't know. There's something about her that I didn't like. She don't share her motives. Her motives, I don't know what her motives were in trying to have Tommy ask her to the prom, and it wasn't because she felt bad for her. It was like she was trying to make her like absolve herself. It felt selfish.
That's a very religious thing to do.
Ah, that's true. It's true. See, I don't trust her.
Okay.
I don't know. I wanted to. She had me through most of the book. But towards the end, and definitely the end, I totally flipped the switch on her. Because I was just like...
Huh, that's interesting. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get to the end again. But I don't remember feeling that way about her. I felt like neutral about her. Like, and I also, I don't know, like, she must feel incredibly guilty because ultimately it was her fault.
But does she? Because she says in her book...
She wrote a book.
I am Sue Snell, whatever it is.
That kind of bothered me.
She says, we were just kids. We were just trying to do our best. It sounds like she's making excuses. I don't trust her.
Well, but if you were that age, that's what you would do. It
Yeah.
takes the hindsight of adulthood and the maturity of adulthood.
Do you think she matured?
Well, I don't know. 'Cause she's a kid.
Yeah. I mean, postulate. What do you think?
Who knows?
She wrote her book, so...
She was trying to
She's still
set
processing.
the record straight.
But see, now I must be cynical or something when I read this, because I'm like, she's making money off of a tragedy.
I'm skeptical of the whole book.
Do you know what I
situation.
mean?
I always feel that way when
I
somebody
can't-
writes a book about
can't-
something like that.
I like the literary device of using it. Do you know what I mean? I like that.
Yeah.
I definitely like that. I just don't. I don't know about Sue Snell.
Okay.
Jury's out for me.
She was still figuring herself out.
Yeah.
I think too. She wasn't even sure of her motives, and she said so in the book.
What do you guys think, while we're talking about Sue Snell, the whole telekinesis thing? Because she, like, knew, she had a feeling when things were going bad, and she, like, knew when Tommy died, and then she went to the school, and she found Carrie somehow, you know? Like, it was, like, almost hinting like she had powers.
I didn't interpret it that way. I guess I felt like, because she wasn't the only one who kind of had that sense. I felt like that was just Carrie, and her powers were so powerful.
Right. Because you earlier on when she was dealing with her mother, like her mom would blink with fear, or her mom would sense something before she even knew she was telekinetic. Like she talked to someone and they kind of like they felt something.
Yeah.
Tommy felt something the first time he talked to her.
So you think it was more just Carrie projecting
Right,
her power and feelings and emotions, and Sue was just sensitive to that.
That's how I took it.
Okay. I can get on board with that.
Especially at the end. When,
Yeah, that whole thing with the conversation in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was kind of interesting. I don't know.
She like felt when she died.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You don't trust
As
him.
someone
It's
who
fine.
has felt when someone else has died, when I wasn't
Mhm.
there, I don't dispute that. I don't. It can happen if you're close to someone.
Yeah. Oh, I do. I totally believe that.
It did go a little beyond that with Sue, though. I do see what you're saying.
And here we are. We should be talking about poor Carrie.
We are. I know. You're right. Let's change the subject in here.
Well, it did feel like she kind of took, I don't want to say she took a back seat, but there were so many voices involved
Mm-hmm.
that sometimes it didn't feel like it was about Carrie.
Yeah.
And really it was about the actions of the town
Right.
and the students.
Right.
And she was
Carrie
reacting
just
to
a
that.
victim. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a victim, for sure. Her whole life.
Mhm. Yeah, and I mean, I know when I first read it, and when I read it again, like bullying is the number one thing to me.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
why do people have to be so crappy?
I did not see much of a difference between 1979 and 2021.
Nope.
And even like when I was a teenager,
Mhm.
you know, not just saying that 2021, but
Although I think what would be different now is that Carrie would have ended up just being homeschooled.
I'm surprised her mom let her go to public school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Honestly.
But I think she mentioned that when she had to go work at the laundry and they were low on money.
That's true. Oh.
And who knows, they probably, I mean, they do have laws that your kids are supposed to go to school.
Her mom.
her mom.
The closet. Oh.
Oh, God.
That was terrifying to me.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Do you know what I mean?
abuse. It was
Yeah.
definitely abuse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe what would be different now is that someone would have seen that it was an abusive situation.
Mm-hmm.
But even when the incident when she was 3 years old with the stones and involving the neighbors, I
Right.
mean, they just kind of, and granted this was in 1979, but they just let it go.
So is there anybody you feel sympathy towards, having read this? Tommy, maybe?
Tommy. Poor Tommy.
There wasn't much to Tommy. He was just kind of a teenage boy
Yeah.
in love with all the girls.
Didn't they say he was like kind of dumb?
No,
Some-
actually, he was quite bright.
Who was
Someone hinted at that, though.
Yeah, like a dumb jock.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they refuted.
I think
it.
Sue. Was it Sue who said that about him?
Yeah, I don't like her.
No, but then they refuted it. They were like, one of those reports or something was like,
Mhm.
oh, he was a straight A student. He
Oh,
been accepted it, blah blah blah, and
But he was kind of boring. He
Yeah,
wasn't-
but he was sweet to Carrie.
He was sweet.
Without any kind of ulterior motive or.
Yeah.
I like that, which made the ending so much harder.
Honestly, I kind of felt sympathy for most of the characters to a certain extent
Mhm.
because you had
Yeah.
enough about their backstory to realize, oh, they
This
were
is where-
treated horribly
Mhm.
right.
at some point in their lives.
And this is where they're coming from.
Yeah. So I didn't really have trouble feeling sympathy.
Yeah, because it was just sad. Like the whole
Yeah.
situation was sad.
Except the first scene.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't even want to keep reading.
Right.
But
We do.
Yeah, we all liked it. That was
It's
good.
a first.
Yeah, that was good. We all liked
Yeah.
it. I have a question though. Do you think that okay, so Carrie is like so well known, right? Like I've never read the book, but I knew the ending because it's such a pop culture touchstone. Do you think that changed your reading of it because you knew what was going to happen?
No, because all through the whole book they say Mrs. White is dead, so we can't ask her. You know, the only one who would know would be Carrie, but we can't ask her because she's dead. But you
Mhm.
know that it's not
that's
gonna
what
end
helps
well.
move the story forward.
Right.
Is that you know what's going to happen.
I felt like maybe a little bit of that anticipation was gone because I knew. Oh,
But I
let's
don't
talk
have to
about
be-
the blood symbolism.
I don't know. It was just everywhere. I mean, it literally started and ended with blood.
So
And-
what did you think about the blood? Like what do you think the blood symbolizes?
I mean, it depends on the person. It depends on the situation. Like for her mother, it was about sort of getting rid of sin, or I think that's what she said, or like cleansing oneself. That's what she talks about being washed in the blood of the Lamb, and that really creepy scene where she like slaps herself or somehow hurts herself and draws blood, and I don't know. So for Carrie's mom, it meant one thing, but I think with the first scene for Carrie, getting her period
And not having any idea.
And it kind of set off, you know, put things into motion.
Let's cheers. Cheers to Carrie.
Cheers to Carrie.